Hey guys, are you ready for it? Today's August 2nd, 2018, 5:15 a.m. Central Time. Peter Strzok apparently kept security clearances while working with Mueller after he left the CD Counterterrorism Division, which is very interesting. There was a FOIA request through Judicial Watch. It's questionable whether this will hit the news cycle. I'm sure there'll be some people who do videos on it or whatnot. Hopefully. So I figured I'd put this into the public. And there were two redacted words. First of all, Fox News is the one who popped up on my phone with this. Their article's half-assed. And I actually have the original email from the FOIA request, which is what I'm going to go over, versus what the article says. But anyway, there was two redacted words and or phrases within his original email to Bill... Let's check. Bill Presap, I guess, is how you'd say his last name. FBI counterintelligence chief, who he was asking for these clearances to stay, if you will, because it sounds like he's had these clearances. To me, it sounds as though he's asking for an additional clearance too. So anyway, this was his email to Bill. It says, "Gents, sorry to bother you with this, but given my old CD dad, which is Counterterrorism Division, dad is Deputy Assistant Director, job is posted, I need guidance on what my new position is and what legal authorities attach to it. Broadly, I need to be able to act at least in the capacity of my old CD dad job, approve NSLs, which are national security letters, conduct redacted word, declassify information, redacted word, agent travel requisitions, etc." I am guessing, before I move on, what those two phrases, words, whatever the hell you want, are. First of all, NSLs, national security letters, basically are used to get around the court system to get information on a lot of foreign shit more than domestic investigations per se. Due to his capacity and what he was doing, dealing with counterintelligence, I should say, not counterterrorism per se, but he busted some Russians in the past. So he's obviously dealt with Russia, and which is where the second redacted word, I think, is actually what I'm about to say, is for that reason. But just his history and what he was doing, I'm guessing. Here's the deal. Approve NSLs. He wants to conduct what I think is interagency declassify information. The reason I pick interagency is based on the rest of this email. The redacted agent travel, I think it's called legate. I may be pronouncing that wrong. Legate agent travel. The reason I pick that is the FBI has an operation that, and legate is not like an acronym for it. It's just a specific word for it. I don't know why they chose it. Where you travel, you deal with people who you have like a representative dealing with you that deals with foreign embassies and all kinds of shit. And they correlate with local law enforcement of those places and intelligence agencies over there. And they try and prevent terrorism situations. They try and deal with criminal investigation situations. And they also deal with U.S. national security interests. Okay, that's what what the legate program, I guess you could say, is. So I'm guessing that's what that is, based on his history of what he was doing. So, and that would be a very specific good thing to have, because if he's having both of these things, especially just the NSLs, and if it's the legate agent travel alone, forget the other redacted situation, that opens up a lot of doors for him to get into a lot of foreign shit. And to get around all kinds of court systems that would be like what would be a government FOIA request type of situation, would be like that, so he would have a lot of access to a lot of stuff. And it says, of those most problematic and the one most essential is declassification authority. As I understand it, declassification authority are billet limited by division and position. and they are provided by DOJ, not by the FBI. CD has 3. I understand the need to fill my position within CD, but I'd respectfully request, based on mission, need, that I keep the authorities from my old job. If I, quote, retain, end quote, in CD for billeting purposes, and then it says in brackets, I don't know what would be entailed in creating a 4th paper dad position, which basically just means there's no 4th position that exists currently. It says that would mean one of the dads in CD would not have D-class authority because they only have 3. Bill, I defer to you as to who would not have it. My initial thought is that Intel branch doesn't declassify nearly what Ops branch 1 and 2 do, but I defer to you, which is why I think it's interagency. And it says there are certainly other solutions, but I don't want to be left out without authorities if and when a new dad is selected. Please let me know what I can do to help. Thanks for your consideration, Pete. So this was Bill's response to him. It says, sorry for the delayed response. I was out of the office and still catching up on emails. In answer to your initial question, while assigned to special counsel's office, you will retain your CD dad authorities to include declassification authority. Since you will take your non-transferable declassification authority with you, that right there says that since he has the declassification authority, they only have 3 within that area. And if they hire a new dad, he would have to go away and go out of that department to lose it, to have that person gain a declassification authority, and he would lose his because it's non-transferable. So anyway, CD will work to obtain another declassification authority slot for the dad who is chosen to replace you. Assuming 7th floor approves, no idea what 7th floor is, you will remain on CD's books as 4th floating dad. When you move on from your dad position, your dad slot will revert back to HRD, which is Human Resources Department. Thank you, Bill. So I think one of the reasons when he left, or whatever the hell, Mueller's team, and didn't return back to CD and went to HRD is because of the declassification authority. Because that kind of leaves them in a weird situation. I'm assuming that's why, because I was always wondering, why the hell are you going to Human Resources? That might be why he went. Why they picked Human Resources, I have no idea. I think that's one of the worst positions they could have put him in, because he could have had access. He could and would have access to all kinds of shit, from personal FBI agents and all kinds of stuff. I thought that was a horrible position to downgrade him to, but whatever. So that's my guesses on the redacted words. Those redacted words are truly the most important, unfortunately, things that really say what he had asked for and what he'd have access to that would really help Mueller's team. So legate and interagency. That's what I'm guessing. Anyway, this is Are You Ready For It? Take care, guys. Have a great day.